My name is Joseph Benedict Hills. It's a Catholic name. I was born in rural New Jersey in 1986 and never left the Eastern Time Zone until my family moved to Tennessee from Florida in the year 2000. We settled in Tullahoma, Tennessee, far from the bustling talk radio markets of New York City and Orlando, where the I-4 corridor traps hundreds of thousands of commuters every day for hours at a time, and where my childhood dream was to host a talk radio show. As I progressed through high school, radio jobs seemed to be drying up. I thought a lot about dropping out and enlisting to fight in the War on Terror, as Bush called it then, but my parents pushed me to pursue an officer training program at Vanderbilt University as a compromise after they dumped my life savings into my first semester's tuition a few months before I turned 18 and could enlist without their signatures. At Vandy, medical issues knocked me off my military career path, and I approached my 20th birthday polishing up my amateur programming skills, developing a Half-Life 2 mod that looked like an ant farm where you ran around and threw energy balls at your friends. I spent the next few years scraping through my degree while learning to manage my health, but working on a weekly webcomic with my friend Art Frederick gave me something I could show people and be proud of. I started landing real programming jobs in late 2006, and one of them stuck. My office sponsored a LAN party where I first met my wife a few years later, and a few years after that I started making Minecraft videos where I stood up to an angry god named Vetches and conquered death itself. Death in the face of Vetches turned out to be child's play compared to the year of sleep deprivation that followed the birth of my daughter Corinne. As she's finally grown old enough to let me rest and create work I can be proud of again, I approached my 30th birthday, and I'm glad you're here to listen. Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, but you already knew that. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my hood here because I might need it as I walk around. I was thinking, when I was turning 20, I was terrified because I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I had just been, medically disqualified from the career that I thought I had an assured job in, and I wasn't even sure if I could finish college, It was just one of those things where, when you're dealing with medical issues and you can barely walk some days, it's just like, well, what now? And, over time, that's gotten a lot better. I still watch what I eat and have to do certain things, but it's good, I've gotten a long way past that. And as my 20th birthday was just racing toward me, it felt like, and I was just like, well, what have I made? What have I done with my life? And I started working on this Half-Life mod, and I thought, well, here's something I can make, and I can share it with people, and they'll think it's cool. Even if, barely anybody ever likes it or plays it. Like the week after it came out, they ended up patching the Half-Life engine, and the whole mod broke, but I had to go back to school and never really got back to it. But it gave me something to do. I was racing kind of my birthday to get something done that I could be proud of. And I gotta say, I think one of the biggest accomplishments of the last 10 years of my life is that as I approach my 30th birthday, I don't feel that same fear. I still love making things, and I still want to make things every day, interesting things, whatever I can. Not like, oh, I'm going to put out a new video every day for sure, 100% of the time, but I want to spend a little bit of time every day on something artistic, something creative, and something kind of worth sharing. And some days that might be just prep work for something that'll come out in weeks or months later, but Pitfalls and Penguins took 7 years to go from core concept to actual, here's a book that people can hold in their hands. It's just something where I feel like I've done pretty well, and I always want to do more. I'm not a successful YouTuber who's able to do this full time, but I'm a successful YouTuber in that I have fun making videos with people I like, for people I like. You guys are the single best commenting community I've ever seen on YouTube. People are so flummoxed when they see my comment section, and they're like, everyone here is insightful and making good points. And a lot of that is that I've worked to encourage people to be better people. I want everyone in my community to grow. I'm not the same person I was in middle school or in high school, and I don't want my fans to be the same people they are now 10 years from now either. And it's just been so good being able to see a part of the internet that actually is full of people who seem to genuinely want to grow. And, it's funny, too, because on Twitter, I get tweets from those random egg accounts, and usually it's like, oh, that's going to be a spam, or that's going to be this, or that's going to be that. And it's just like, oh no, this is just a 55-year-old woman who really likes Minecraft videos and occasionally tweets at hermits about how much she likes their videos. That is so cool and insular in some ways, because I don't see a lot of the negativity that a lot of other people do. But you know what? That's great, because I don't have a lot of time for negativity anyway. You know, I'm trying to do my thing. And I gotta say, it's just so good approaching this birthday and just it not being a huge deal. Like, I know that I'm doing pretty good with my day job, with my family, and I have every confidence I'll continue to do pretty good there. I really like the stuff I'm doing on Hermitcraft. I'm glad I'm able to make videos again, because, like, sorry, just dealing with technology issues. When you work on, like, computers all day, it's really hard to come home and fight with a computer to get it to run the software and hardware that you want it to. You know, like, you want your hobby to be something that's a break from that, and the creative element of this is definitely more where I get my enjoyment than the I'm going to fight with a computer about how to encode video, you know, for hours. So, anyway, it's great to be making stuff again for you guys. And for other people that don't exist yet, maybe. Who knows? There might be somebody watching this video going like, oh yeah, hey, click like if Joe Hills' 50th birthday video sent you here. Although it'll probably be called like a hologram video or a holio. If they don't call video holograms holios, I don't know. There's just something that rolls off the tongue about that. I don't know. I like it. Holios. I was watching Joe Hills' Holio channel. I'm gonna find out that that's actually like some sort of like terrible something. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just having fun. It's like, Joe, don't you know that that's like geriatric cereal or something? That's what they feed people who don't have teeth anymore. You should feel terrible for making fun of people who don't have teeth. I didn't mean to. Sorry, guys. So, anyway, I'm still working on this farm here. It's a lot of work, and it's kind of soothing and relaxing in its own way. It lets me kind of unwind. Things can be stressful, you know, when you're dealing with a small child. And so that's just kind of nice. I don't know. I hope that you guys get to enjoy a little bit of relaxation while you're watching my videos as well. But yeah, like things I've learned in my 20s. I never really understood like the idea that people couldn't just, I don't know, mentally overcome every problem that confronted them when I was younger. I was just like, you know, if this person worked harder or tried harder, like maybe things would just work out better for them, you know. But like dealing with my own medical issues and then like later trying to overcome the sleep deprivation caused by my daughter being like crazy all the time. Like little kids, like some of them sleep the first week. Apparently that was me. My daughter, it's like 9, 10, 11 months of like sleep deprivation. It's just no uninterrupted sleep like ever. You know, it really affects actually how you function as a human being. And there was a while where I was like, you know, I think I might be depressed. I have all the symptoms of being depressed, you know, but I was thinking about it and I was like, but I also like keep dropping things. Like I'll go to put keys in a door and then they just like fall on the ground and I don't know what happened. And I was like, oh, that's sleep deprivation. All the other symptoms that seem like depression are actually also symptoms of sleep deprivation. You know, it's a real thing. And so I'm like a lot better at accepting that, you know, sometimes people really just are doing their best. There's no doing more of their best. I've been thinking a lot about how to teach compassion because I don't know. I don't know how to learn compassion either. Like, I mean, I feel compassion, obviously. I'm a human being with basic function and emotions and what have you. But, like, how do I become a better person is something that I've thought about a lot. And I've thought about in terms of, like, how can I encourage my fans to be better people? How can I encourage you to be more understanding of each other? Because just like going to college and meeting people from all over the world and traveling and going to conventions and meeting more people from all over the world, like, have really, it's given me a much better ability to kind of see other people's problems in a more understanding way and their reactions to those problems in a more understanding way. And I don't know if there's anything other than experience that can teach that. Like, there's no real shortcut that I've found. Like, I wish I could come in here and be like, hey guys, here's how to be better people. Now all of your lives are going to be better. But like, all I've got for you is like, keep living, go places and talk to people, and just keep trying to be a patient listener, and like, you'll get better and better at just instinctively recognizing things. I don't know. It's a weird thing to talk about. But like, I was definitely a lot more insensitive when I was younger. Just as a kid. I think all children kind of are to some degree. But I don't know. So yeah, like, it's been good the last few years. Even with all the stress and everything of dealing with financial issues, because I ended up owing the Navy a lot of money after my whole medical thing, and so I had to pay off like tens of thousands of dollars of college tuition that they had initially paid for, and which is fair. I understand that, but like, it's a real damper on your life when you're spending hundreds of dollars every paycheck, trying to pay off student loans or educational debt. I don't know. Like, so having that biggest chunk of my educational debt paid off has definitely been good for me. But yeah, so I could keep doing roughly what I'm doing now, except for the part where I'm stuck, suspended, eating steak. Oh, hey Block, thanks for coming back and being in my way. But I could just kind of keep doing what I'm doing now. Taking care of my kid and helping my wife through grad school and going to work every day and making some fun stuff on the side and be pretty happy with my life, And I think that's a good place to be in, Some people, they approach these big milestones and all of a sudden when they take stock, it's like, oh no, what do I do? Or what have I done? And I can look back and say, yeah, I've definitely wasted a lot of time here and there. But then I think, like, well, you never know. As long as, like, you're not, I don't know. Like, for example, I probably wasted way too much of my life on Pokemon, but the fun I've had with my friends going for, like, hikes and stuff the last few weeks playing Pokemon Go has been really wonderful for me. It's actually helped me out a lot with, like, I'm sleeping better, I'm in better shape, like, even just, like, marginally better shape from walking an extra 5 to 10 miles a day. It's amazing what that can do for you. And, arguably, like, oh, yeah, maybe in my life I'd be a more accomplished artist or creative person if I hadn't played so much Pokemon. But I'm pretty happy with the life I have. And I don't know, really, that I have, any big, like, what would be my big goals for, like, the next decade? Because I didn't have any big goals for going into my 20s. I was just focusing on survival. And trying to, in recovery, and I turned that, around, made it, as far as, I'm concerned, got through the worst of the medical stuff, now I'm pretty healthy, got through, figuring out a new career, doing pretty well there, and so if the theme of, like, my last decade was survival, I'm really hoping that, I guess what I want to do the next decade, I just want to experience and create, Like, if we're gonna look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, like, I'm in a very, I'm very happy with my family, everybody gets along pretty well, both, like, in my immediate family and, like, my, parents and brothers and stuff, it's a good thing, and, I just, I guess I didn't spend as much time with my family, my parents and stuff, probably the last few years, before my daughter was born, just because I was always so busy trying to deal with, like, everything else I had going on. And, maybe that's something, like, just since my daughter's been born, I've been seeing them a lot more, and I'm definitely a lot happier because of that. I'm very fortunate to have non-toxic parents. I know for some people that's a real thing, and I just really enjoy seeing them. So, like, the next few years, if I make some more stuff, if I spend some more time with my family, hang out with my friends more. I had some of my friends move back to Nashville recently, who had been gone for a few years, and that's been just wonderful. I don't know. I feel like this is kind of a video about, like, talking about how happy I am about my life, which is a lot like bragging, I think. But I'm not trying to say this like, oh, look what I got. I'm trying to say, like, I was in a rough place and I kind of muddled through. You know, I did what I could every day, and a lot of times it wasn't very much, but it turned out to be enough. And that's not going to be the case for everybody. Some people aren't going to be that lucky. Some people might muddle through and it just doesn't work out for them. And that's something I try to be thoughtful about and remember every day. But I don't know. I'm really grateful for you guys watching my videos. If you'd like to, you can always support them by backing me on Patreon or sending money as a gift via PayPal to joe@teamsnowday.com. But you know what? That's like, I'm not here to be like, hey guys, I want birthday presents. Because, like, you guys are my birthday present. Like, you guys watching my videos and meeting me at conventions. I had so much fun meeting some of you guys at PlayOnCon. It's just, I was so sad when radio was dying. And I thought, like, oh, podcasts, those are cool. It's good that there's still, like, an artistic outlet, but, like, you know, this is never anything that I could, you know, do all the time. Like, how would I make a podcast every day by myself? Like, that'd be really hard. And, you know, I mean, the fact that I can just come over here to my computer and make a Minecraft video where I can let the action on the screen kind of fill in a little bit. Like, it's nice, you know? I'm not doing exactly what I wanted to do as a child, but, like, who is? I guess, like, arguably a few astronauts, and those people are great. They worked really hard to get where they are, too, and they deserve it, you know? But, like, most people, they're like, oh, I want to grow up and be a rock star, and then they don't. But you know what? If they still get to play music now and then in their living room with their friends, that's pretty good, too. I don't know. I'm having a good day, my last day as a 29-year-old, and I'm looking forward to having a great day with my friends and wife tomorrow for my 30th birthday. So, which I guess is actually today for you if you're watching this. So, which you probably are, or you wouldn't be able to hear me. But anyway, thank you guys so much for indulging me in my hobby and making my life a little better, and I hope I make your life a little bit better too. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.